on this computer. All right. I wasn't really going to be speaking tonight. But I don't know if you guys know this. We've only been talking about it for 17 minutes. There's a hurricane happening. So the person I had talking is in Florida. They have more things to worry about. But I am going to still talk about the same topic, and I made my own notes. And people might be impressed because I never make notes when I speak, but I made notes tonight. I know it's a lot. So, what I wanted to talk about, what I put down to talk about, and what I am going to talk about is how we are full swing into holiday season, literally 3 days away from Christmas stuff launching. And yeah, no. Christmas lights were going up at Target the other day. I saw them happening.
Christmas trees are already up at Hobby Lobby.
And I was like,
those were up in July, Taylor.
That's so true.
Yeah, there are places where it's been up since July, but like the real stores are putting out the Christmas stuff already. So like, and so I want to talk about kind of like the LTO system and how to utilize those sprinkles like throughout the holiday season and probably even into the year, because we have LTOs out the ass these days. And I don't think that's going away anytime soon. And so there's a couple things that I say all the time, and that is that LTOs are sprinkles. The catalog is the full cupcake and the LTOs are the sprinkles. So like never create a PRV plan based on the LTOs that are coming, because you just never know how popular they're going to be. I mean, you'll have an idea of your customers. Hopefully you're paying enough attention to your customers to like grasp the things that they'll like, and I'll touch on that too. But like in reality, like we should never build a plan around LTOs. We should never be entering orders based on LTOs, holding orders to go in with LTOs. Like work your business as if your catalog is all you have. And I think we're hitting like this wall like repeatedly in Sensiland right now, where people are so like, which LTOs next, which LTOs next, which LTOs next. And they completely have forgotten over the past couple of years that a catalog exists. And like, if you're not focusing on that catalog as your bread and butter, your cupcake, like the core of it all, that you're going to really struggle with consistency. You're going to really struggle with growing your customer base. You're going to really struggle with growing a business that will last long term, because you cannot build a business on things that are temporary and potentially will sell out. If you want to grow a big business, your LTOs are extras. They'll take you from the 2,000 you plan on getting to the 2,200, the 2,500, the 3,000. You never want to base it on the LTOs. They are bonus PRV, always, always, always. And so I'm going to start with that. But we do have lots of LTOs, and we have summer collection and holiday collection and harvest collection, and those things are great extras. They are great extras. And yes, I'm counting holiday and harvest as LTOs because they are summer collection LTOs. They are around for a limited time only. When they're gone, they're gone. And I think just like we saw with Hocus Pocus, they're going to stop doing second chance pre-orders, because it gives customers this expectation that they don't have to have a sense of urgency. And we've like spoiled them a little bit with that. And now that we've gotten into the swing of a few years of LTOs consistently, I think they're going to go back to them being sellouts, because we have to put a sense of urgency on those things. Otherwise, again, our customers have no like, okay, well, I want it anyway, so I'll wait 6 months for it, 8 months for it. Like, it doesn't really matter. So like, I think we're going to see sellouts again, and they're going to be doing that way. So just thinking about that. We have a couple tools that I want to point out. One is the planning ahead calendar. It is pinned at the top of the training tab, always, but that's new. This was month 2 of it. But it's a really awesome calendar. It literally lays out so that you can like try to not have to remember every single thing coming. It'll tell you exactly what dates things are coming on. And then you can base your business on like build that into your business. You can put alarms in your phone calendar or wherever you keep track of things for the ones that you want to do. And I say the ones that you want to do because you are not obligated to cover every LTO. In fact, I would say you should know your customers better than to think they are interested in every LTO. And I say that because it can be very overwhelming. I need to sit on my pen because I'm clicking it. It can be very overwhelming to focus on every LTO. Like I would say, like you're gonna hit the burnout wall really, really fucking fast if you try to cover all of them. And it's not that you don't need to know about them, but like your hocus pocus people are going to be very specific. Your Harry Potter people are going to be very specific. Those LTOs are usually, aside from probably harvest and holiday and summer, you'll probably like that's more overarching, but like those specific things are specific. It is way more profitable for you to go to those few people or come up with a system to reach those few people you know will be interested in that. Your whole customer base is not interested in Disney. Your whole Disney base isn't interested in everything Disney.
True.
So like if you don't already have a system of getting to know your customers, like have a way to keep track of them, what they like, what things they like within each umbrella, because we have so many of them. But you need to get to know your customers so that you don't get burnt out, because it is unnecessary for you to cover every launch and it is unnecessary to cover every launch to every customer. You will burn them out as much as you'll burn yourself out. And so knowing which ones to promote, who to promote them to, very, very important. So like when you get that calendar at the beginning of the month or the end of the prior month, so you know what's coming, you can make a plan then of who needs to be contacted for each LTO. And you don't have to like burn yourself out contacting hundreds of people every single week for everything we have coming. And the nice thing about LTOs, even if they don't want something, it is a point of contact. So even if they don't want the LTO, there's a good chance that when you reach out to them about it, it will be a point where they were like, well, I don't want that, but I really need a restock of this, or I need a bulb, or I saw you post this warmer, or my laundry is almost gone. Like, because you contacted them about something, they're going to remember Scentsy and something that they need almost every time, because they're busy just like we are. I don't know about you, like I'm a squirrel and a half. And if I don't write notes, if I don't put alarms in my phone, like I will forget things. And I literally almost ran out of laundry stuff the other day because I'd been like washing all the things and I went through it faster than my Scentsy Club came. And if I didn't have it in Scentsy Club, I would like literally forget to order it myself, right? Like, and our customers are the same way. They're busy. They've got a lot going on in their lives. So using LTOs even as a way to talk to your customers, when a lot of people get like overwhelmed, like I don't want to just keep contacting them. One, you're not contacting them a lot like you think you are, but like if I pulled up my email, I probably have like I get, or even, oh, here's a good one. I love Liquid IV. I get Liquid IV's texts because they give codes a lot and they give like early access to new flavors and things like that, right? So I get Liquid IV texts, and they literally text me. Let's see, I'm looking at it. I got one today. I got one Monday, Saturday, Thursday, Monday, Saturday, Wednesday. Like they text me like 4 times a week. I don't hit stop because I want to know. Like but like that's how our customers are too. If Liquid IV didn't message me, I'd forget to order my Liquid IV, and I drink it every day. And so like, I'm not saying you be contacting them every day, but if you contact somebody multiple times a week, if you had to, if something was going on and you needed to, I guarantee that they are not going, oh my God, she literally just texted me last week. Like, they probably don't remember that you texted them last week, because we have enough shit going on in our lives that like Marie and I were talking today, like we forget what day of the week it is. Like we don't know. I posted about the today's launches getting moved to tomorrow because of the server issue, and Marie was like, the holiday stuff, and I was like, no, it is not October 1st yet.
Honestly, look, I did not even know about the rugby fucking thing. Like, I didn't even know about the rugby release. I was like, I see other consultants post, and I'm like, shit.
Rugby release snuck up on everybody. It's okay that you didn't know about that. That was
That's
that was
why I
a
was
sneak
like,
up.
Wait, what's moving?
But like we just like we don't know when like our brains just don't work like as adults. Like, oh, you're gonna have so much free time as an adult. No, we don't. And then we have 500 other responsibilities on our plate, and like we don't remember. So like it's okay to reach out to people. And the reality is, this is like real math, like following up with customers, touching base with customers, like most people aren't going to order something until you've reached out to them 4+ times, because they forget, because they're flighty, they're squirrels just like we are. So like they'll think about it and they'll be like, oh, I do need something. And like, if I talk to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, I do, but I'm busy right now, I literally put a reminder to follow up with them in 2 days, because I know that if they can't do it in that moment, they will forget. And if I don't remind them, they won't order for like another month.
So should this be a good reason for us to not get offended when they don't respond to us, or we sit
Yes,
on?
absolutely. Do not,
'Cause-
this is like, I'm getting into like a follow-up story here, right? But like people, like how many times I've picked up my phone, read something, put my phone down and said I would come back to it. And then I remember like a week later that I only followed up in my brain. Like we just like, we're all flighty. Nobody's intentionally ignoring you. If they wanted to intentionally ignore you, they would tell you to stop texting them altogether.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
waiting
just
for
straight
that.
up. If
or
somebody,
just completely unfriend you,
right, if I
Yes.
don't want to be contacted by something or somebody,
or
I
block your
straight up
phone
will tell
number.
them, I don't need your messages anymore. You know, like just like really honestly, like
Unsubscribe.
if it's a clutter in my life, I'm like eliminating that in some way, whether
Mhm.
it's blocking them, whether it's telling them I don't need their messages anymore, like whatever it is, like I'm telling them I don't need it. So like they don't know about the catalog, they don't know about the sprinkles, aka LTOs, they don't know about any of that stuff unless we tell them. And then a lot of times in the moment when they like we message them, it's not a great time, and that's okay. If they don't respond or they tell you they're busy right now, set a reminder to follow up again in 2 to 3 days. They won't remember. If they were busy, they don't care. They're going to be thankful that as a customer service person, you showed good customer service, because they already love Scentsy and they pick you and they want you to tell them about things. Otherwise, they won't know. And they want their house to smell good, and they won't know that they need to order because they squirrel and they're all over the place, and their 5 kids are at 5 different practices, and like there's just a lot going on in life. Like it's just how things are. And so never feel bad. LTOs are a great contact point. But again, be selective with it. Not everybody needs to hear about every LTO. And as you get to know them better, like I always say, this is a people business. So like get to know your people, because the more customized their experiences and the more you know them and are like, hey, I saw this and I thought of you, or like that kind of thing, like why would they go to another consultant? They won't, because another consultant won't know that information about them. And today, oh, this is like an awesome one. By the way, have you guys used the build a cart and share the cart feature yet?
I love that so much.
So
That's my favorite feature ever.
I'm like mildly obsessed right now. And so like this is a real moment. I had a customer message me today and she was like, I can't remember your website, which is hilarious because she orders from me all the time. And like my website, like everyone knows my website. Like some people don't even know like my actual name. They like call me by my website name. But like she was like, I need your website because I need more wax. I'm like, cool, Tammy, no problem. Here's my website. And she's like, and I was like, if you need help picking out scents, just let me know and I'll help you. And she was like, I think I know what I want. And she sends a screenshot and she put 5 bars in her cart.
Ah!
And I said, hold on, don't submit that yet. And I went and I put made a 6-pack, put those 5 bars in and put a 6th one that like matched all of the things she liked. And I sent her the link to the cart and I said, I redid your cart for you because you actually get a 6th bar for free. And you might as well get a 6th bar for free. And she was like, what? And she's like, can I add things to it? Because I need to get some pods too. And I was like, absolutely. So like she went and like, so she got an extra bar for the same $30. I built the cart so she didn't have to rebuild the bundle. Because that might have irritated her. She might have not known what I was talking about, you know, and then she went and added more stuff to her cart. So like, even just in communicating, and I've had other things too, like my mother-in-law, my husband's from Pittsburgh. They're very big Pittsburgh sports fans. And my mother-in-law last year missed out on the Penguins warmer, and we just had the NHL stuff come back, and there's the bundle where she can get all of it for the price of the big warmer, right? So I literally put it in a cart and I sent it to her and I was like, hey Donata, look at what you can get. And so like, and like the chances then that people literally like open it up and are like, oh well, sweet, easy, and they can just click buy.
Wow.
So,
I didn't realize it was like that. I didn't
oh
realize.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
you
haven't
just go
had a chance
to
to look at it yet.
PWS, add all the things to the cart that you want to show them, and at the top there's like the little square with the arrow, the share symbol. It gives you a link to send off.
I didn't know they could like get it and then like still like alter it even. Like
Yeah,
I didn't realize
it's just
that.
a cart. So like it literally just
cool.
opens up the cart and they can like go like, you know, like when you go to cart and it's like add more products or whatever, like they're like, that's one of the things. So they can go and do whatever.
So could we use that to our advantage when we're like talking to a customer and we're like, hey, are you needing a refill? Can I help you build a cart? Like, can you like add that in your verbiage? And that doesn't sound bad. It's just like, hey, I want to help you shop kind of thing.
If you have
like, I'll be your personal shopper.
I feel like if you have the right customer, they would appreciate that. But again, that's knowing your customers, right? Like, and like the people who buy the same things over and over, or and like with the same consistency. Like, I think of like today, I was like, what if it's like somebody I know buys a specific laundry scent every 2 months, but they don't want to do club, and they get like very specific scents, and like they buy in like the same things on repeat. What if like I set in a notification that like every 2 months I send them the cart with the stuff that they always get?
So like Scentsy Club, but through
Scentsy
you.
Club, but through
Right.
me.
Right.
Because I have some customers who are like that. They like don't like grasp Scentsy Club no matter what I tell them. But like, how handy would that be that they can go do that? I have a couple realtors who I deal with who they don't, I wouldn't obviously be a cart because I put them as parties, but I have my Square Invoice automatically send them an invoice every 2 months to do refills on their realtor gifts. Like just automating those kinds of things so that like they can deny it, but like if it's time, at least they'll get that and I don't have to think about it. And if I get the money, I'm like, oh sweet, go enter the order, right? So like there's things like that like those extra sprinkly things are really good. And I think that cart option is a good sprinkly thing. Like what if you have a customer who you know loves gnomes and they didn't buy the gnome warmer yet, or they need the little mini gnome warmer that's coming, and you put it in a cart with some of the Christmas fragrances you know that they like, and you send them that cart and be like, look what arrived today.
I feel like it's just going to be so freaking convenient. They're like, oh, wow, it's all ready for me.
Yeah,
like,
if it's already in a cart for me, like,
I
and
have to figure
you've
nothing out.
personalized it to what I love, like the chances I click buy on it are pretty high because I would feel really special.
So my head is spinning on this.
Perfect. I like it.
Like, it's gonna be especially good for like when you have Secret Santa gifts. Like, hey, who has a Secret Santa gift that needs? Let me help you. You create it. You tell me the value, like how much you wanting to spend on it, and I create it for you.
Yep.
My
A spouse
mind is about to
looking-
be
like
blown.
a spouse shopping for their wife. Like, oh yeah, the possibilities are endless.
I love it for my older customer base too, who are not
Oh,
like
yeah.
super tech savvy.
Yeah,
I love it. It's probably my favorite feature so far.
such a good feature. And then obviously LTOs can work into bundles. Bundles is next month. I will not be talking bundles. It is not my jam, but I got a good one coming for that. So bundles will be next month, but LTOs are a great opportunity to bundle things too. Like you see people make like the caramel apple packs or the cleaning buckets, or like there's all sorts of bundly things. And then I would say using your sales reports to look at like things people bought the prior year. So like if you have people who buy the seasonal stuff, if there's certain fragrances that are coming back, using those sales reports to look at specific customers, specific products, and reach out to them and let them know. I think like that's a lot of people don't utilize the reports that we have. And the sales reports to me are like wildly genius, because I can literally pull up who ordered Christmas cottage for the past 10 and a half years of my business. Like there's just so many opportunities there. I can pull up people who ordered the gnome warmer to let them know that the mini gnome warmer is coming back, or coming now. So they have a matching mini warmer. So like there's so many things you can do that way with LTOs too. You could pull up people who ordered the like NHL stuff or NFL stuff and let them know when we have deals with that, or like Disney stuff, any of those LTOs. So using those sales reports to pull those specific things, and then being able to go to them, make a cart for them, or tell them about it. Really good opportunity. And then I am big on, when somebody orders, trying to have a conversation with them regardless. Like obviously people go to our website and they buy and there's nothing you can do about it. But if you can have the conversation with them, never just be like, when they're like, hey, I want this. Okay, great. And type it in and go. The upsell opportunity with LTOs, the chance to like bundle it into other things, to put warmers and bars together, to add on other fragrances. Like, oh, I really want the 3-pack of holiday bars. Cool. Did you know those also come in pods, especially if they already have like wall fans and stuff? Like making sure that they know the other things those come in. But always looking for the upsell. Always ask about bulbs. Always ask about cotton cleanups. Always ask if they're like what all they're getting. If they are only getting 3 bars, hey, did you know if you buy 5 you get 1 free? Like always upselling those things, I think is huge with LTOs, because a lot of the LTO stuff can be bundled in to other stuff. And so not only will you likely get the LTO order, but a lot of times when you like point out the other things or remind them of other things that they order, you're going to get the upsell too. And I think the upsell gets like lost when we're in peak moments in business because the orders are just coming in, but the upsell is really important when we're in the like more valleys of business, because like obviously that makes us more money, but a lot of people just don't think about things. Again, we're all squirrels, so a lot of people don't think about the upsell and the like the other things that they need unless we point it out. Like I always bring up bulbs, I always bring up cotton cleanups, I always try, like if they're getting a warmer, hey, do you need some wax with that, because you can get a warmer with 3 bars. Like always talk about our bundle and saves with people, because they don't know about those things. I don't know if you've noticed your PWS orders like almost never have bundle and saves done, because they just don't know, and the system doesn't automatically bundle things together. And even if you tell them 100 times, they still won't bundle things. But if you can do it for them or upsell to that, like it's a big deal. And I think the cart feature is really handy for that, because you can just bundle their stuff and send them the cart and save them some money. So I feel like I've been talking more about like, send me your stuff when you're ready to order so I can make sure you're getting the best deal. And then you can bundle and like send it off and like remind them that they can add more things to their cart if they think of more things. So like really, really helpful. The other thing, two things left. One, digital flyers. I have not, this is going to maybe make me a crazy person. I have not sent out a summer holiday harvest brochure in years. I have a physical one. I do not wait for them to come to me, because who knows when they'll get here. I want them to go out. I literally send the digital version of all of those things, and have since the first year that they were a thing in my life, because I've been around since before those were a thing in my life. But the digital copy I can send instantly. I use them like my people this month, if they order, it's a perk of this month. They get the holiday digital flyer when they place an order, so that they're like, because they've already ordered this month. If they want to order again, they can, but they've already given me some paycheck. So I'm giving them that as part of their like, thank you for ordering this month. You get a sneak peek at what's coming in the holiday collection. In August, I do it with the harvest one. In the month before the new catalog, I do it with the new catalog. Like I send the digital copy right when they order as a perk. So like, I feel like LTOs are a great opportunity to like kind of suck people in. Like, if you place an order this month, I will give you a sneak peek at what's coming. And you could just do it with a list too. Or if like we have that planner now, we know what's coming. I'll tell you what's coming in the next couple months. If you place an order this month, you can be your little hook and reel every single month if you want it to be, because we have LDOs all the time. So digital flyers, most of the things that are like the catalog, the flyers are publicly linkable, in case you didn't know that. All of our workstation is not, but things like that are. So you can use the straight workstation link for those if you like want to be tech savvy about it. I'm like a weirdo. I put everything in my Google Drive and I send the Google Drive link, but you can do it however you want. Those flyers are the digital flyers, the digital catalog are publicly shareable. So, and then the last thing with LTOs, because I feel like it comes up all the time, this is expensive and no one's going to buy it. Or like right now, like, do you know what the economy is? Nobody's going to spend money on that. Listen, Linda, until there is not a line around Starbucks where people are paying $8 for a 16-ounce coffee, there's nothing wrong. People will buy. It is not your decision how they spend their money. Do not put words in their mouth, thoughts in their head, make decisions for them. That's dumb shit that will make your business fail.
Stop
it does not matter how people spend their money. It is only your job to tell them that the item is there. You're not handcuffing them to their computer to make sure they buy it. It does not hurt them in the slightest to tell them that something is coming. Let them know and let them make the decision of how they spend their own money. Period. And I'll tell you right now.
Right. I buy an $8. I buy an $8 Herbalife shake like almost every day. I mean,
Right. And literally, Starbucks prices are, I don't like Starbucks, but I know for a fact that a medium espresso drink of any sort there is like $7 now.
Yep.
Don't tell me. And the line is still wrapped around the building all day long. And so don't complain about gas. People are sitting with their gas running, waiting for their $7 coffee. And as long as people are doing that, you can still sell a Scentsy warmer. And it's not up to you how people spend their money. There's always people out there with money that can be spent. Like
I
just
always say it just takes the right product is what I always say. That's how I feel about it.
if they don't have it, they won't spend it, but it doesn't hurt them if you tell them it's there.
You are interrupting.
Oh, baby,
Interrupting.
baby.
Out of there.
So do not assume people's wallets for catalog or LTO, but especially LTO because they tend to be more expensive because they're licensed or they're special.
No.
Because if you are assuming people won't, you are correct. If you put the thought in their head, you're correct. Whatever you think about that, it is true. So like if you think you can't build a team, you are correct. If you think you can't get the sale, you are correct. Because when you're putting that out there, that's the energy you get back.
Passed it on.
So never assume. That's the big one to remember, because I know I can picture it in my head already. Things are coming. The like limited edition holiday warmer will come and it'll be $120, $130 and people will be like, no one's gonna buy that. Well, every year it sells out, so miss me with your bullshit. Like people will buy it, just show it to them and move on. Nobody's gonna buy a $250 air purifier. Sweet. I posted it in my stories the other day and got 2. So like miss me with that. It is not up to you how people spend their money. It's just not. And I feel like that's like a huge thing. And it's the holidays. People spend extra during the holidays, whether they have it to spend or not. And it is up to them how they do it. So that's really, that is all my notes. All the way to the bottom. On that. But the main point is focus on the catalog. Catalog's always going to be your first thing. LTOs are the sprinkles, but they're a great way to reach out to customers, to be personalized. You can plan for them now. You have permission to not do all of them. Focus on bundles and upselling when we have them. Use your sales reports to customize that experience. Use the new cart feature to customize that experience. Digital flyers are awesome. You do not need to spend money on flyers if you don't want to. The digital one's awesome. I barely spend money on catalogs. I buy 1 packet of catalogs.
So I just like go in Workstation and find the digital one and there'll be like a sharing link because I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
And if you want to put it in Google Files, like you can just download the PDF too, like it's on the same page.
So if you download the PDF, does it directly go to your Google Drive? I'm new to Google.
No, I just drag and drop it into my Google Drive.
I put it in my books too, so that I have a copy of it on my phone all the time.
Oh, okay.
That's my other trick. That's my me trick.
Cool.
Putting it in.
You put it where, Ann?
In my, well,
save the PDF in your
Android
iBooks or your
Android have a book?
Amazon Kindle
Yeah.
app.
I don't have that.
That
Well, you
way,
can add it
if
to like
you're
your notes or
asked a
whatever.
question, you can go straight to that instead of having to dig through the workstation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually load those into books, like
Yeah.
Like this little thing.
Yeah.
You can just drag it and put it in there.
You can save any PDF to that. So like if you open a PDF on your phone, like if you open the catalog or the holiday flyer or whatever, on Apple, it's the little share feature, the square with the arrow. If you click on that, scroll over to iBooks or the Books app or Kindle if you have Kindle. I do it on my Kindle one. And click on Kindle, it'll open, or iBooks, it'll open in that app and be there for you to. So like I keep the consultant guide there, like the newest one.
How have I had an iPhone for years and I don't know this?
A lot of people
I didn't
don't.
know you could
I
do
feel
that.
like when I share this and when I share that in trainings, people, it's like the one thing people are most like, what? And I'm like, I don't
carried it there for a long time. Ever since Dawn told me about it.
Yeah, I keep the most recent consultant guide there, the most recent catalog, any holiday, harvest, summer brochures. So that way I have like easy access when people are asking me questions.
Income disclosure statement, you can pass it over to your Facebook.
Yeah. What's the other the product training guide for each catalog? I put that in there. I like digital things, so I'm like a digital person. Like
I mean, everything is digital
Yeah.
nowadays. You
I was
always
like, I don't
we
like
always have
having
our
to carry
home,
things
our phone.
around. So
I was like getting the flyers when I first started, but I quit because I didn't want to like spend the cost on them, you know. But I didn't
Yeah.
realize like it was digitally available for the customer from that
heck
link.
yeah,
I did not realize that.
heck yeah.
Genius.
In like catalog, I just send the flippable one from our website,
Yeah.
like always.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
I knew that one. Yeah.
Because that one's awesome because it's flippable and clickable.
Yes, if they like, oh, I like that, and they accidentally click
Right.
on it. Oh,
Add
you're
to
on my
that.
website. You're
Yep.
there.
So
You're
the
looking
moral of the
now.
story is with holiday stuff, with special LTO stuff, you have permission to not focus on all of it. Your main focus should always be the catalog anyways, but LTOs can be great. Plan for them, know who you need to contact for each of them. Don't feel obligated to tell everybody about everything or even focus on everything. If you're not excited about it, your customers won't be either. So like, just don't focus on it. Like, it's okay. It shouldn't be your bread and butter anyways. And I say this as somebody who watched the director page today go ape shit over a launch getting moved one day. It's
Oh, I'm
still
sure.
launching. Calm your tits, okay? So like if that's how your world falls apart and the hill you die on, this is not your business. If LTOs freak you out like that, this is not your business because it should never be your bread and butter. And if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. So, and I know I'm right. So use them as a tool, basically. Use them as a bonus, use them as an extra, because they're great if they're used the right way. And it's very special that we have them to use. Any questions?
I just did the book thing and it was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. It was amazing.
Yeah.
My mind is blown. You just made my night. So
I do it every catalog season. Every time we have like a harvest holiday collection, I throw it in there so that I have the copy with me all the time.
yeah, it's genius. Can you share it from the books app too?
I've never tried.
I've never tried either.
Okay.
Just
share it
because
to my
I
Google
share
Drive
the
just in case.
catalog from my website.
Let us know. Come back to us and let us know how that goes.
I'll let you know.
That's your homework, Taylor.
Got it. I'm on it.
Yeah, that's all I got for you guys tonight. And I got done before 10 o'clock. Look at me
Look
with
at you.
17 minutes of hurricane talk.
Right.
Well, you know.
So really, this was only like a 40-minute talk, which is amazing in Dawn World. So it's because I wrote notes this time, guys.
You can only airdrop it from books in case anybody was wondering.
Okay, that's
You
good to
can
know.
only
Though.
airdrop it. So good to know. I needed to put it on my Google Drive too.
AirDrop is handy too, though. That's
I never
maybe
have mine on.
when I'm out in public, I'm just gonna start airdropping Scentsy stuff.
I never thought of that.
Have you ever been in public and had somebody like airdrop a photo to you and you're like, who's this? And it's just like a random person sending you things, because that's my favorite. And so like maybe that's just what I need to do is randomly airdrop Scentsy stuff.
Genius. You gotta make sure that your website's on it though.
I'm gonna like put my face on it, my website, hit me up, be my new BFF. I don't know, I'll put something on there. Maybe I just make a like virtual business card and I just start airdropping it.
That's a good idea.
I'm just saying.
Instead of walking around putting them on people's cars like people like to do.
It's totally creepy, but it also might be a really brilliant idea.
It could be genius.
Could be genius.
Could be genius. You'd be in Walmart, they're looking at the warmers. You'd be like, no, honey.
Right.
Airdrop. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh god.
Could be genius. Could be genius. I'll be that creep. I'll sacrifice myself for that.
I may just have to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if I'm like sitting in an airport? Like I'm just chilling for an hour before my flight. Like, what if I just airdrop Scentsy to everyone in the room?
Genius.
everyone's always on their phone, so it's not like the people with active airdrop
Yeah.
don't get it. Like nobody's just sitting there. They're all on their phone. Telling
Then
ya.
they're all like,
Next time in
they
public,
all
I'm
just like
trying it.
shift to you.
Is AirDrop only a iPhone thing or is it an Android too?
I would not know,
Right.
but
Marie,
AirDrop,
we gotta convert you.
AirDrop specifically is an iPhone thing. Now,
Look,
whether there is a
I,
similar system with
Every
Android,
Apple,
maybe.
everything I had has got cracked. Android, I don't crack. I don't know why. I don't know
I
why.
have dropped my iPhone so many times and it has not cracked.
I literally dropped my iPhone 3 times yesterday, still in one piece.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
My very first iPhone, I dropped in the top left corner and it spidered. And ever since then,
Yeah.
every time I drop them, I feel like they've gotten stronger.
They did.
Yeah.
They changed the materials.
You
All right,
gotta
I'm
get
gonna stop
tempered
this
glass
recording.
too.